yes, I was looking so forward to this package. This came from me all the way across Austria, from the border to Switzerland somewhere. So it was as you can see a little, don't know what that is, probably a little damaged. Hopefully it didn't matter for the device, because in here should be a Powerbook 180C. Ah, God. Wait. This is destroyed anyway. Let's just rip it apart. Now, a Powerbook 180C, that's from the 90s. Oh, they're packing peanuts. Oh, damn. Wait, let me just... Oh, they're gonna fall all over. Wait. Oh, there's oh, that's Inception here. We got another package inside the package. And that's what looks like a regular external hard drive power brick, but maybe that's the real power brick. It doesn't say anything from Apple on it, so whatever. And it's so shitty and nicely packaged at the same time. That's quite funny. Ah, damn it. Why did they have to use this? Well, thankfully they did, because otherwise the computer might have been damaged. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who knows? So that looks like most of it is staying there. There's nothing hiding in it. I can recycle these somehow. But just get them out of the way for now. Okay, now let's see if it is in here or if it's just a random piece of plastic. All right. Man, if I should have done that in the first place. Oh, this Amazon box is, yeah, not quite the best way to package a 180, but here it is finally. Alrighty, here we go. Let's get that out of the way. And here is the beauty. That is, guys, now officially the oldest computer I own. And I paid a whopping 25 euros. So either it is somehow unfixable broken, or the owner just want to get rid of it. I saw this just so cheap. It was one of the only Powerbook laptops in this era that I could get from this website I always buy stuff from. So I mean, I thought, what can go wrong with 25 euros? I mean, it's not the end of the world if it is completely smashed or anything. I can see right away, it's missing this hinge thing, cover. But that doesn't look like it has any problems with the function there. It's quite a brick. And we got Powerbook. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Macintosh Powerbook 180C. When was it made? It doesn't say it. Oh no, here it says 1993. So, what do we have in 1993? We have a lot of ports I don't know shit about, but I know these two. These are audio ports. It's incredible how long these things have been around, actually. And here is the power input. So it does take these external hard drive bricks, which is awesome, because now you have to pay for the exact connector you want. That looks like, I don't know, maybe that's a power button? I have really no idea. I'm a newbie to these old Macs. I have a lot of experience with late 90s and early 2000 Macs, but not with early 90s Macs. So that's why I got it. Let's open this thing up. Yes, that's retro as fuck. There we go. We have a how many inches is that? Could be, I don't know, about 10, something like that. I will look up some specs on Mac Tracker. We got a fully intact keyboard, which does not look worn at all. To be honest with you, seriously, it does not look bad. We got a trackball, and clickers, and that is a little worn out, but that's okay. And we got a floppy drive. Yeah. So again, I don't know if this thing will boot, or I don't know anything about it. Seller didn't tell me anything, so let's just say fingers crossed. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. That's all we hope. So I will use the cord that came with it, although would have a lot of these myself. So since I don't see anywhere a power button on this here, so it must be that back one here. Ha! Awesome! Yeah, I love this sound. The really old Macs had these startup sounds before the bong. We got a cursor. And we have a blinking diskette icon. Yeah, that does not look promising that's gonna boot, but the cursor moves and it shows a screen. So I guess it does work. It does work. I just need to figure out how I can boot things up from this. I really hope it takes the standard floppies, the later ones. Hopefully it doesn't get troubles reading them or something like this. Floppy drives are the medium where I'm just a little too young to know a lot of stuff about. I do have some. I've used them a little bit, but in their days where I got into computing, these were like fading out. They were still there, but they were fading out, and nobody used them like ever. So yeah, floppy drives, not much my thing. But just as awesome as this machine is, I mean, this computer is older than me. I'm now almost 20 years old. I'm born in 97. This computer was made in 1993. So it's 4 years older than me. So it's almost 24 years old. And it's still looking so nice. Maybe the owner has taken care of it. I guess they have. Because it's really, really nicely looking. And unless... I mean, this is the only cosmetics problem I'm seeing right away with it. But yeah, let's just see what we can boot up on here. Okay, a little update. We got a fail and success at the same time, kinda. As you can see, I have here a different screen. And it tells me that System 7.0.1 cannot be used with this Macintosh. So I guess it's a little too old. Nevertheless, I managed to create a bootable floppy, and I did that by doing it on Windows, which is pretty crazy when you think about that. But I've got here my mighty Windows XP computer, and I used a program called Disk Writer. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It just creates a bootable floppy drive. And I'm also happy to see that, first of all, the floppy drive still works in this thing, and that it takes my floppies, because that's also, I read online that these things are kind of known for pissing you off for not having the right floppy. So yeah, it's really all I need to do is research what operating system this can at least run and find an image. So System 701 is apparently too old, so let's look for different. Okay, I've been fooling around with all of these stupid system images for a while, and I tried several programs. Look at that. Mac disk WinImage raw, right? That's what I now tried. Let's see if that works. And then I also tried some other stuff. I tried the disk writer again. That did not work for this, of course. Also, these System 753 images are very hard to come by. I had to research quite a long time. They always write quite amazing guides, but they never provide files. Well, obviously, because I think it would be piracy. But still, I mean... Oh yes, I never thought I'd ever see a boot screen of this, but here you go. That's something like it. And I managed to get it running with these two awesome things. This is a Mac OS System 7.5 floppy image thing, and this program managed to get it working. Disk write, not all of these other fancy things, just this one. And I got it from this awesome website here, from WinWorld. That's again a little fancy for having Mac images, but anyway, WinWorld had these images, and I just picked the first one since I thought, you know, 1.25 megabytes, that's gonna fit on a floppy. And so yeah, when this is booted up, we'll see how it continues, or how we install this. Okay, it did not take all that long, and here we have a desktop finally. So I will just have to learn to use this computer. And from what it looks like right now, it's running now off of the floppy, like the old school Macs back then. And how does this click work? Okay, about this Mac. Let's see what we have here. We have 4 megabytes of RAM, and yeah, a Macintosh Powerbook. Now I will look for a system profiler or something like that. Maybe it is on here, not sure. It's not a whole lot to show you there. What is chooser? Oh, I'm curious, what is chooser? Chooser has unexpectedly quit. Oh no, not good. Now, is there somewhere an installer? Because if there is, we can install an operating system. But anyway, the system booted up. That's quite a success. And let's see what we can do here. Okay, so I did not have quite the success I wanted with System 7.5, since this seems to be just the bare bones system without anything, just a finder, and that's really all. So I found this on the same website, System 7.1, and I remember that this came with 7.1, so I will try it with this. Now, this came actually with a variety of files. It came with, we of course need the 1.4 megabyte disks, but it came with all of these. And I'm thinking that this is the whole operating system. Not sure, it could be completely wrong, but since it says install and install to, it could be. I mean, I'm not sure. I will first start with install. I mean, that's the most logical one, and this tools also seems to be interesting, but I will just try with install and see what it does. So let me try that, but I will keep that around because that's the first working operating system I booted on that thing, so we can't just format that again. Okay, we can forget OS 7.1 because it doesn't work with this. Which is a shame, because that looked actually promising since it says installer. So I really hope I will pick one newer version and see if all of these amazing files are in there as well. So I really hope they are. If not, that would suck. Now that's something I want to see. finally got a bootable installer looking system. So let's click continue. It's even system 7.5 since the 7.1 says it was too old. And yeah, what is that? Installer cannot update selected disk named install disk 1. What? Wait. I mean, I gotta be honest with you guys. I was always a little scared by the fact that the hard drive in this thing is so freaking silent. And actually, I think it's dead right now. So, yeah, because it says the destination disk is install disk 1. And yeah, I mean, see the problem? Yeah, does not look too good because there is no possibility to switch the disk. Oh dear, oh dear. So, it's quite frustrating since I finally got an image to work, but I cannot even use it since the hard drive in this is probably shot. So, I don't even know where it is. I'm gonna research. I think it's in here. But yeah, that does suck since I do not have a hard drive, I think, that fits this machine. Anyways, let me get on with the show. So, this Powerbook project needs to rest for now because the hard drive in this is stone dead, if there is any. And it has a SCSI hard drive, so I do not have a SCSI hard drive. I also do not plan on buying one. I'm planning on making this thing solid state if it does work. And that's where the adapter comes in. I've seen it online that it has been done. And I actually booted an iMac G3 from an SD card before, so I mean, why should it not work? I only need a compact flash to SCSI adapter or to SD if there is any, and figure out if it is actually able to fit inside of here. I think it is, since it's quite spacious, I guess. Anyways, that's it for now. Yeah, let's see what we can do with this in the future. So, here it is, dead hard drive. And here is the inside of it. Powerbook was fairly easy to disassemble, but Apple just could never make its own, like, easy to disassemble computer. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, no, I don't feel like buying another hard drive for this. Okay, I put the Powerbook back together, and it started doing some scary stuff, so let me show you. What? Okay, here we go. That's it. I don't know. It lasted kind of longer this time. Let me try that again. Yeah, there you go. That's what's happening. Now, there is no hard disk inside of it in the moment. So, I'm hoping for that it has to do with it not having a bootable medium other than the floppy. I really hope so, because otherwise I might have damaged something. But I really cannot think of what. All of these parts are really... I mean, it's not like I have no experience in taking apart computers. And these parts and these computers, they don't look to me that they can be broken that easily. Or I've been cautious and stuff. So I'm really hoping that when I put this adapter in, that it's gonna fire up. Now, it's of course no guarantee that it is even gonna work. or even gonna recognize the adapter. But I just do not want to find a hard drive for this again. So yeah, we just have to wait, I guess. But it's really scary stuff. So I actually don't feel like taking it apart and putting the old hard drive in just for the sake of it seeing, you know, it working. I just don't have the time. But yeah, let's just leave it at this. And yet again have I destroyed a perfectly working Mac by just taking it apart. Well, what the fuck. And in the meantime, it's actually quite long ago since I made the last clip. In the meantime, I bought this fucking adapter, and it turned out that the pattern of the IDE is missing one right there. And of course that means it's not going to work. Also, it was a little too short. And yeah, as you can see, it's a compact flash adapter, and I put in another adapter to SD, so whatever. Now I put the old hard drive back in, and it does this. Watch. Just look at it, what it's doing. It just keeps rebooting and rebooting and rebooting. Just making the constant ding, ding, ding. Oh, dare. Well, it really sucks that I messed that thing up. I have really very little knowledge about how that thing works. I also could not find anywhere a cable that would not be properly attached or whatever. First I thought it was the monitor cable, because that is really hard to hook up again once you're taking it apart because it's so short. And I checked that twice. It isn't also this, so I have no idea what I messed up there. Really sucks though, because that thing used to work, at least from a floppy drive. So yeah, maybe I'll fix it in the future somehow if I know what the real problem is with it. But in the meantime, it's gonna go here to its buddy for from the same time period here, and yeah, I'm gonna be pissed because I messed up another Mac by just taking it apart. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I used to take apart an iBook G4, and I also fucked that up because it's just so difficult to take apart. And this wasn't really that difficult, so it's just annoying. So yeah, here's the Powerbook 180. Purchased, perfectly working. Now it's perfectly broken by me. And yeah, hope you still enjoyed the video. I'm a little pissed, but what can you do? So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.